Hey guys, this is Davor from Tennis House. I have a student today. His name is Peyton, young man, and we're going to break a serve down, and we start from the bottom. As you see in this video right now in the clip I showed you, I would like to have his right leg, the toes. If you draw a line right here, I would like the toes be kind of where the heels are of the left leg, right? And then I would like the left leg to not be parallel obviously to the baseline, but you know, opening up a little bit towards the net post. So now in the first sequence I show you the feet and now the rocking motion, you know, so when he takes when he goes back like this. So make sure when you start off with the arms are out a little bit to the right side, and then you go from the front leg to the back leg and you pull the ball and the racket kind of waist high. So yeah, you should start like this and go back till here. So he has a rocking motion there, right? So that's the first thing I would in the next video. So when Peyton was back here, right? So his arm was here, and when he took the racket up, kind of went like this. So the two things, when you're in the rocking motion, you go get your weight back, right? So now you want to have your arms to the right here. You don't want to be like toss the ball from here. So when you take the racket back, everything at the beginning point when you start already stays on the right side. And now we refer to palms down. So when you are shifting your weight, doesn't matter if you have a pinpoint or platform now, right? So now the ball goes up and the palms are down on the upward motion of the take back. So it'll be like this. With the palms down, you avoid that the player is going to go like this, what you're going to see in a minute. That's one of the reasons what a lot of players do when they serve. So forward, backward, separate, palms down, loading, and then out. And as you're going to see in the next part of the video, if you have the back leg where the heels are, most likely going to be a little bit more sideways. And make sure when you toss the ball up that you rotate and coil. So now when he releases the ball and tosses the ball up, he steps forward. You don't want to have a good base. And the next thing is when the ball is on the serve at the peak, you have to be in the trophy. The ball's at the peak, you're in the trophy. So your legs are loading. Most of the weight is 60% is on the back leg. So when the ball's at the peak, you should be in this position. But instead, what he does is he tosses the ball up, walks in, and then the ball is at the peak. The ball drops down, and then all of a sudden he starts to bend and hit. And that's why in the end he's like this. So when the player is in the trophy, the ball is at the peak. It's coiled here, and now when the ball comes down, when the legs jump up, the racket drops into the cocking position, the elbow goes up, and then the racket frame goes up, pronate, and then you swing through. So another thing is, there's so many videos with the waiter, positional waiters, when you see him being like this. So there's several ways to fix that. It's the party head, dropping the racket here, putting a ball up here, and letting it drop. So millions of things to fix that. But what's important is to understand that if the palms are down on the upward motion, that I call it the edge of the racket goes in here, or whatever you want to call it, and then when the legs shoot out, it's when the racket drops here, right? And now the other side of the racket edge shoots up, the elbow goes up first, forearm, the other side goes up, and then in the last moment the pronate. So that's one other very important factor when you look at the serve. So why the feet are so important is because when you load your back leg, right, you load into the hip of your back leg. So now you can actually push off, and we need this right side to catapult like forward and up. So if you don't have the feet in the right position, or you're loading on the front leg, for example, you cannot do that. So you need to be in this position, and then the whole right side is what you push off, and everything goes upward towards the ball. So he doesn't have any extension up here. I know it's a lot to ask, you know, you need a good thoracic extension, you need fast, good, strong legs to shoot up, but it's very important from the beginning. So on his serve, he's not he's not in the trophy here, and he doesn't jump on the surf. So it all starts with the legs, and then you work your way up, right? So all is affected. Yeah, the long axis shoulder pronation in the end. If the feet are right, if everything is right, he's going to do it right? So I have to make sure that he's going to explode from the legs. It's a good right leg position to jump off. And then the last thing is like the follow through. He stops here. That's not good for the shoulder at all. So you always want to, when you go up, you're in the trophy, you jump up, you get up, you hit it, and you want to follow through nicely, and in the end you go to the left side. Don't overstress the pronation. The pronation is a result of all the things that happened before if you did it correctly. The long axis shoulder rotation. It starts with the shoulder, goes to the forearm, and goes into the hand in the end, so you don't have to worry about that. But the important part is that the legs are in the right position. So ideally, when he goes loading, if you slide it, being close to the heels here, coil, and then all the rest is going to be good on the surf. And one more thing, I forgot. What I want them to do is, what is very important when you're in the right position, I tell them always to the left shoulder is back a little bit, points to the other side until the very last moment when the hips step up and you go up. And after when you go up to that ball, that's when you start sideways, you go up and then you open up. A lot of players are here and they open up already, and now there's no pronation, there's nothing happening. They're already open and they cannot serve and control the ball as they should do. So it's important, the cue is like, let them see the back, your back, right here, very long, and then on the last moment you open up.